Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Church of Real Talk. I am your host, Minister Robinson, and I am so excited that you are here. I know I say that every episode, but today's episode, we're going to talk about something that is very, very important. And I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. You might be kind of upset with what I say during this discussion. But enough about that. Let's jump right into emotional control. All right. Let's get started with emotional control. Very important for chosen ones and star seeds. I have always believed that if you are a chosen one or you are a star seed, you should be held to a higher standard. Okay? And, when we use that word, emotional control, we tend to think about those outbursts. Now, there are good, believe it or not, there are good outbursts because happiness is an emotion. And with that being said, if you're watching your favorite comedian or you're watching a sitcom or someone tells like a joke that has you on the floor holding your belly, this is actually a good thing. Laughter is like medicine. It helps relieve stress. So that is a good emotional outburst. However, we're here to talk about the other emotional outbursts. You know the ones I'm talking about. The ones where after the situation is done and over with, you're walking away, hopefully not in handcuffs. You're walking away and just saying, damn, why did I react that way? And then you start to do some self-reflection. I'm going to tell you something. And this is the part where we get to the part that you might not want to admit to or hear. Okay? First off, we do have, I constantly talk about lower vibrational beings. We have people that I like to call triggermen. Okay? And they can be trigger women too, but triggermen. We're just going to use that term because that's what I use. Their sole purpose in life is to find ways to get up under your skin. You could be sitting in the corner with your headphones on, listening to an audio book or your favorite music, and you're not bothering anyone. You could be writing out something. You could be creating something. You could be doing something that is not interfering with anyone, and you're hoping that no one is going to interfere with you. And here comes the trigger man. What trigger men do is they sit up there and they just find ways to pick at you. This is starting to resonate with you, right? Okay? And they always, when you put them in their place or you bring judgment upon them, what they do is they turn around and they say, oh, I was just joking. You can't take a joke, lighten up. Because that trigger didn't work. And if you don't believe me, what will happen is a few minutes later, or when they think that you have forgotten about their first attempt, they will come back as a trigger man and try to get up under your skin. Now, here comes that part that you wanted to hear. This is completely your fault. It's not their fault. Okay? You know who this person is. You've always known who this person is. And the sad thing is, these are people that we still have in our circle. These are our mates. These are our friends. These are our family members. These are our close co-workers. These people have figured out that they can feed what is lacking in them by getting up under your skin. But here's the reality of it. Why are they getting up under your skin? What is the purpose for this? I'm going to give you one thing that I have come to the conclusion. It is the universe or your higher power training you to release these things from yourself, not the people, the things. And the only way that you can do that is by controlling your emotions. Again, you are a chosen one. You are held to a higher standing. We all know the stories of the person that just loses it and ends up walking away in cuffs because they just couldn't take it anymore. And we see these stories play out in the news and newspapers, and we hear people make statements like, oh, it was such a good person, they never bothered anybody, they wouldn't harm a fly. I never thought this was going to ever happen. It's up to us as chosen ones to control the input and how we process it. And another thing that I want to tell you is, if you find that this is happening constantly in your life, it's just a mirror reflection of something that is inside of you. And what your higher power or the universe is trying to do is to remove that aspect from you so that you can move forward. Doesn't that resonate with you? No matter how offended you might feel for me saying it's your fault, do you not see the wisdom in what I am saying? These people are part of a reality that you have created. And the universe or your higher power has amplified it to show you that at the very least, at the bare minimum, you do not want to be that person. There's a saying that goes around throughout the streets. Everybody has a little petty in them. Everybody has the potential to be petty. That could be true. That really could be true. But do you feel that as a chosen one, as a star seed, that you should fit into that? That you have the capability to be petty and will use it whenever you want? No, it's not an easy task, because your higher power universe is deciding you need to remove this aspect from yourself, and you need to control how you react to this lower vibrating being. There's power in that. There's definitely power in the ability to be able to not have an emotional outburst, not to become quickly angered, quickly triggered. The person that controls your emotions, believe it or not, controls you. So why not be the sole controller of your emotions? Think of all the things. And you know what? I'm going to be transparent here. You know, the reason why I'm doing this episode is because I've actually come into this situation where I had to make a choice, split-second choice. You know, am I going to let my ego come into play, or am I going to deal with this in a calm and logical manner? I chose to deal with it in a calm and logical manner. This is the way you win any argument. You don't argue. You do not argue. And you know what? That may be a little bit hard. And I think I can give you ways that you can bypass when you feel that emotion rising up, and about to come out of your mouth. Because once you say it, you can't take it back, and now you've played into someone else's ego game. So now you've got to ride out the storm. Now you have to figure out how you're going to find a safe port to get out of this argument once again, so maybe you don't end up in cuffs. You know, being a chosen one, I don't know the grand plan of the universe or your higher power. I just don't think that you can do but so much locked up behind bars. I really don't. Maybe that might be the path of some. Many people have been incarcerated and came out with a whole different mindset. Many have come out and have decided, yes, I needed to go through this so that I can live up to my highest potential. I salute people like that. But me, this guy, not built for it. I value my freedom. I want to help on this side of the road. You know, I don't want to help behind the barbed wire and gates, okay? But there are ways to do it, and I'm going to give you a couple of those ways. I guess I should take a break, but before I take the break, what I want you guys to do is start thinking about times where you had that emotional outburst that could have been avoided. And, you know, another thing that I've said through the years is, ego, you know, once ego comes out to play, nobody wins, including the person that let ego out. So I want you to think about those situations where if you didn't let ego out to play, Would that situation have turned out differently? Would the objectives that you set out to accomplish before letting ego out to play, would they have been accomplished? So we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with ways that you as a chosen one, you as a star seed, can find ways to control, subdue, and just do away with emotional outbursts. Unless you're laughing. I like when you're laughing. All right? We'll be right back. All right, I'm hoping that you're not like salty with me and not going to hit that subscribe button. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Please go ahead and like the video, especially if it resonated with you. And definitely leave a comment if we can keep the conversation going until the next episode. So how do you control emotional outbursts? Well, first of all, even though we have triggermen, nobody knows your triggers better than you, okay? And you have actually shared these triggers with these people, or they're just going to continue to go fishing until they find that trigger. What you need to do is, once you know that trigger has been hit, I always say this and I will continue to say this, take a 2-second pause before you respond. We are so used to that. Who do you think you're talking to? I know you just didn't say that to me. Is this starting to resonate with you? Is this starting to resonate with you? Oh, you don't know who I am. Because I was that person. I was that person until I began to realize that I need to raise higher. I can't constantly go way deep down into the cesspool that is lower vibration and then have to climb my way back up to higher vibration. It's easier to keep a steady vibration and then climb from there. Okay, so the 2-second pause is very helpful. Okay, because it gives you time to actually analyze the choice that you're about to make. Another thing that I always suggest, and this is definitely going to take some practice, is to find a happy moment in your life. No matter when that moment was, and you could have been 3 years old, 15 years old, 30 years old, doesn't matter. That time when you was extremely happy, and you need to sit down, and whenever you have a free moment, you need to set up your little mental movie studio and create that image. Okay, and while you're creating that image, as you're creating that scene, that movie scene, you're going to hold these two fingers together, just like this. You're going to hold them. And as you go deeper and deeper into the scene, you're going to squeeze those fingers very hard, as much as you can, but you're still creating the scene. You're not causing pain, you're just squeezing these fingers. And then, after, very important, after you have created that scene, let go of your fingers. Now, you have to practice this every time that you have a free moment where it's not going to interfere with something else. Now, the reason why we do this is because if we practice this constantly and consistently with the two fingers, squeezing as hard as possible, when you find yourself in those situations where you feel that emotional outburst from either the trigger man, the situation, the person cut the line in the store, whatever the case may be. Whenever you feel that emotional outburst about to come up and you know already the 2-second pause ain't going to work, you just squeeze those fingers. See, you have programmed your mind to that when you squeeze these 2 fingers as hard as you can to bring up that image where you were very, very happy. Now you can proceed at a calm and level manner. So you can address the trigger person and tell them, hey, listen, I really don't have time for this. I don't have time for the jokes. I really have to get this done. I'm sorry. Or the person that cut the line be like, ma'am, sir, we all have something to do. I understand you may be in a rush. However, I really can't let you cut in front of me. What the people behind me choose to do is completely up to them. All right? And you get the argument. I'm not going to argue with you, sir or ma'am. I'm not going to do that. Because, see, you are a chosen one. This is how you deal with situations. This is how you deal with problems. This is how you deal with emotional outbursts. Another thing that you can use, and I brought this up a couple of times, okay, is to actually shuffle through the deck that is your mind. You can shuffle through the deck that is your mind and find that comedy routine and find that comedian, and find that joke and find that thing that had you laughing all over the floor and relive it in your mind. And maybe snicker or laugh. It's crazy because when people are trying to trigger you and you resonate with this, when people are trying to trigger your emotions, when people are trying to bring forth the beast that lies dormant within you, when they do that, if you smile and laugh, they're like, what the hell? Are they crazy? Are they crazy? They're not falling into my trap. That's what happens. That is what happens. And you know what? I'm going to tell you the easiest thing to do, probably easier to do than the 2-second pause, is to sometimes, before you respond, before you answer, before you say anything, just shoot a quick prayer to the universe or your higher power. That's it. It can't be any simpler. They'll have to wait for your reaction. They really will have to wait for your reaction. But just take a moment and pray to your higher power or the universe to let them know that you're not going to stoop down to that level. You're not going to become a lower vibrational being because you understand that you are a chosen one, that you are a star child. Like I said, we must adhere to higher standards because whether we know it or not, the world is watching us. They're looking at our reactions. They're listening to what we say. They are viewing what we view. And this is the reason. This is the reason why you must always keep emotional control. Hey guys, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I'm trying to make these a little bit briefer, trying to hit home with the straight nuggets, the straight gems that you can walk away with and embrace your path. Before I sign off, I'm going to let you know, I don't want you to think that I'm perfect. Just because I put the moniker minister in front of my name does not mean that I am perfect. Okay? No man on this planet, no woman on this planet is perfect. This is part of the journey that is called life. This is part of the journey that is called embracing the path of the chosen one or the starseed. We learn each and every day. And that's why sometimes this reality is amplified because our higher power of the universe sees these traits within us. And it is working overtime to help you to understand that these traits need to be removed. All right? Hey, with that being said, again, excited that you are here. Stay tuned for the next video. We're keeping to the same schedule every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Tell a friend to tune in. And please keep the conversation going. Please go ahead and subscribe. The channel's just starting, but subscribe, like, and leave a comment so that when we blow up, okay, when all of the chosen ones and star seeds lock on to this channel, you will be able to say that you were the first one on board, or one of the first ones on board, to actually embrace your path. Hey, with that being said, if you don't know, now you know. I'm Minister Robinson. Love you guys. You know, these look like monk robes, but it's actually a hoodie. It's crazy. It's actually a hoodie, but you know, it's comfortable. But I feel like a monk when I look at myself in the camera. It's crazy. Hey, listen, have an amazing day and continue to embrace your path.
Welcome to the Church of Real Talk, where seekers embrace their calling as chosen ones guided by the universe. In a world filled with noise and distractions, we offer a sanctuary, a place to pause, reflect, and awaken to your true potential. Join us on a journey of self-discovery and transformation as we explore the depths of spirituality, consciousness, and the mysteries of existence. From understanding the power of synchronicities to embracing your innate gifts and abilities, we offer practical wisdom and spiritual insights to help you navigate the path of the chosen one with grace and clarity. Whether you're just beginning to awaken to your potential or seeking guidance on your next steps, our channel is here to support you every step of the way. Together, let's uncover the secrets of the soul, embrace our true calling, and radiate love and light into the world. Welcome to the Church of Real Talk, a sanctuary where authenticity meets enlightenment, and every soul is honored on its sacred journey.